I am here with Lisa Carbonari from Hallowed Ground Productions, and we are talking about events because New Orleans is such a great event place, and St. Roch Market kind of is too. So we're going to be talking about that right after this. Lisa, thank you so much for coming and having coffee with me here at St. Roch.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Happy to be here.
So you are, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this too much with our guests.
Sure.
You are you own the events company, Hallowed Ground Productions.
Yes.
And you do the events here at St. Roch.
Yep. That's
So
right.
we are talking about events here at St. Roch.
Yes.
And St. Roch is such an amazing event space, and it is such a unique event space.
Yeah.
And I wanted you to come on, and I'm passionate about it, and so I wanted you to come on and talk about it too, because you do other events around town. So, like, what other events, do you do?
Oh, just so many kinds of different events. So, other venues that I work with, I'll do a lot of corporate events. I'll do a lot of weddings, and kind of everything in between. Festivals, you name it.
Okay.
Lots of different styles of events, usually private. Which is a little different than here at St. Roch. It's kind of its own flavor of events here, which is different than other places that you would find around town.
It is a completely different, unique space. Anyone watching this knows it's a unique space.
Yeah.
And the thing that I always say about it, and I've told you when you first came on board, is that St. Roch works the best when you just go with it.
Yeah.
It is a public market space. And so trying to do a buyout or a public event or it's difficult in this space because it is a public space. However, the best events are the events that go with it. People want to come experience the history, and be a part of the community while they're having their event. This is kind of ideal.
Yeah, and it's kind of like I was saying, it's different than any other venue in town in that way. Mm-hmm. It's almost like an immersive experience for people who want to have their own event here rather than having a fully private space, which they certainly could, but what people want more here is to be a part of the market, the hustle and bustle of the market, all the different vendors, and having their own reserved space within that open public market is really where the fun comes in and where it's different than other spaces in town where you don't necessarily want to be a part of any extra hustle and bustle around you. Here, that's the allure.
I think the biggest events that the biggest success are like networking events. Because the cool part about St. Roch is you can come in here at any time. You can get a latte, you get a cappuccino. You can get you can get a drink at the bar. You can get a plate of food, and it's a very easy place to say, hey, let's meet up at St. Roch. Meet me at St. Roch. We'll grab lunch. Or I had lunch. All right, well I'll grab a cocktail and you can get lunch and we'll talk about whatever. It's such a it flows good like that. Yeah. So you have a whole group of people come in hey, let's just meet there, and everybody can go get what they want. Because I'm going to put words in your mouth.
Do it.
Trying
run with it.
Or not trying it. I'm saying I'm sure when you have an event and it's we got these people that are vegans and this and that, your foods have got to be a nightmare.
Yes, that's always a particular sticking point, when you're at other venues or when you're doing a wedding, when you're doing something like that. Because dietary restrictions are very much a thing for various reasons. Here, you can accommodate all those things.
It's not a thing. It goes out the window.
It's not an issue. And people can have fun, kind of, for lack of a better term, shopping around.
Sure.
And exploring throughout the
shopping
market.
around is a good term. The word is market,
yes.
right? You can say, let me go get this, or let me go get that, and so the way it generally works, or the way I've seen it work very well, is a group of people will come in and they'll buy gift cards. And everybody gets a gift card, and everybody can kind of go out on their own, and then they kind of bring stuff back to the table, reconvene in your space, and hey, let me try that. It kind of becomes almost a family style kind of thing, because people want to try. Oh wow, the Thai looks good, or wow, the Mediterranean's great, or whatever it is, and that sparks conversation and brings It helps even further a networking type of event because it creates
it's really good for two different types of groups in my mind. Corporate networking for sure. Business groups, nonprofits, things like that. It's really, really perfect for that. But also tour groups. We have a lot of people who come to New Orleans from out of town.
Yeah.
They want to experience the history, and a big part of that is food history. And I feel like we have a really good representation of that here in the market, the diversity, the literal gumbo of the city. So it's good for those groups
that's
too.
What it is.
That's what gumbo is.
Yeah. And one of the things that I've had events here years ago for coffee in the morning, because we've got a lot of space in the morning and a lot of quiet areas here in the market in the morning.
Very peaceful.
Out in the back, like the action's more, over here by the coffee shop. But like if you had a group that you wanted a small,
back by the couches, back by the bar.
It's in the morning time. It's great because the people they want to get out. They want to have a breakfast that's not in a hotel breakfast. So
that's not in a hotel ballroom or meeting room.
Boring. We could do that anywhere else.
It has no windows.
Right. Here in St. Roch,
here we've got all the windows.
Buku windows. And I think that's yes. The tour buses are great too because the tour bus can just come and just do it and be done with it, and everybody goes and gets what they want.
Yeah.
Grab a cocktail, get a thing, and so it really works well. It really works well, and we want to try to and that's what your big focus
where
is.
I come in, and it's another way that it's just different than other places is the focus is more on groups.
Yes,
it's more on groups and community as opposed to full buyouts of the space like it is at other venues. And it's really cool here because what you can do is just reserve a section for yourself.
Yes, you get space between the columns.
Yeah, basically between the columns. You have your own section of the market. You still experience the market in the way that everyone does, where you hop around, you get what you want, you get to experience all the different foods, but you come back to your section. Without that aspect of it, maybe you don't find a seat, maybe you're not all together, maybe you don't feel like you have your own space. But the way we're doing it with different levels of reserved sections, you have that.
You get your own space. You got your own little home base within the market.
Yeah, you've got your home base. You've got your section for your people.
And you've got a section. You've got in your breakdown St. Roch Butler. And I was like, what is this all about?
I came up with the
you're right. It's great.
of a St. Roch Butler where you kind of have your own attendant essentially. Not kind of. You do. You have an attendant for your section. They can, if you want, go get things for you with your gift cards, though part of the fun of it is going to get your own things. But they'll be there to bus your section, to help with drinks, to help with recommendations. They are truly your attendant, your butler, while you are in St. Roch having this experience.
And I think that's a great, I was like, oh yeah, people will love that because there's so many little nuances that the vendors do. Every vendor's got their own little secret menu item, if you will, you know? And I think that's such to have somebody walk that through your event, like, hey, Aritza's got this, I'm gonna go get you that, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when your group first arrives, you're kind of getting settled, and you've got your gift cards, and you're not sure where to start. They can kind of give you a rundown.
Because there's so many things happening.
These are some of the most popular items. If you're into this, or if you have this dietary restriction, here's where to look. So they can help you kind of hone in on what you're going to love. And then to just kind of stick with you throughout your experience, be present, any St. Roch Butler is going to know the city. If you're a group from out of town in any way, shape, or form, they can also help you with other recommendations during your stay.
And even if you wanted to do you wanted to get together with some people, whether it's formal or not formal, but you wanted to do a happy hour kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
This is so cool because it's a happy hour thing, but you can get a full meal and a happy hour thing all at the same time, or you can just do a happy hour thing, or it's pretty casual.
Yeah, you can be casual, you can be a little more formal if you feel like it, but it doesn't require it in the same way that, again, I'm going to keep bringing up hotel ballrooms. It doesn't feel like you have to wear a suit and tie.
Right.
You don't have to, look a certain way. You can be yourself here.
This is a completely public, relaxed market, but still nice, professional, and some of the best food in the city.
Exactly.
You know, so you're still getting some of the best food, and it's much in a much more casual environment. One of the things I really like about, and this is more of like St. Roch in general, but it also brings into your thing, is that like when you come to St. Roch, like I look at it like St. Roch Market is a coffee shop on steroids, and I view it that way, you know, because I am me, right? And I've treated it that way from the get-go, and it served me well over the past 10 years, you know, and hopefully it still continues to serve me well. But it's like, just come, grab a cup of coffee, get a spot, work on your laptop, hang out, see what happens, get lunch, meet people, you know, and then, but you can come in at any given point in the day, and I live down in Bywater, and I'll be coming from, say, my coffee shop uptown, and I'd be coming home, and I would call Ashley, and I'd be like, hey, look, I'm coming home, but I'm gonna stop at St. Roch. She's like, oh, what you gonna stop there for? I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna see what's going on.
Just see what's happening.
And I might walk through and see somebody I know and grab a cocktail or something. This was before I ran the whole place. Like, it was just sort of the default, like, let me just head over to St. Roch and kind of see what's happening. But you're kind of bringing, obviously, you're bringing a much more of a, I'm going to bring the event
more focused.
I'm going to bring focused than that, but you're using it in that same way. And I started this episode by saying to you, like, and you know, you and I started our business relationship here. It's like you can't fight against St. Roch.
Yeah,
you just have to go with it. And
go with what it is.
And it's there's a special little magic here.
Yeah, there's an energy to it, and you've said this to me in other conversations, so I'm going to put the words back in your mouth.
Okay.
That it's like it is your stoop, it's your front porch in a way, and it has that energy of sitting out on your front porch and kind of seeing what's going on in the neighborhood,
watching the city go by,
and you know it will have that same energy when you have an event here as well. Yeah, because it stays open to the public as a whole. You just have your section. You have your seat at the porch, essentially. Yeah, I feel that way. I mean, St. Roch is completely my front stoop. Yeah. It's my front stoop in real life, on YouTube, wherever. You know in every aspect, really, and metaphorically.
Yes, in every aspect. My kids play here. I mean, it is completely my front porch. And so, like, you know, I treat it that way. But yes, I mean, people can come and be a part of that.
That energy,
right? Yeah. All of these, it's all small businesses that we have here. Yeah. This is not corporate. This is not like a big. I'm trying to not use
not a specific name.
Not a specific example, but some nonsense in the quarter that's for tourists. Like we could accommodate that in a very, very authentic way because we are who we are. Yeah. You know? So how did you come to do? So you're not from New Orleans. Where are you from?
No, I am from Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
As far away from New Orleans as you can get in every aspect.
And what made you? How'd you end up in New Orleans?
Well, I was 18, getting ready to go to college, and wanted to go somewhere completely different that I had never experienced. I wanted to go outside of my comfort zone. So I applied to schools here and ended up going to Loyola. Okay. And I never left.
And you never left?
Never left.
I think we Tulane, Loyola, I think me as a local, I think a lot of people really don't realize the importance of those colleges and to bringing people to New Orleans.
I've been here 16 years now.
And I'm assuming they have no intention
of leaving. Not going anywhere.
Yeah, you know, so that's amazing though. That's amazing that New Orleans kind of New Orleans finds its people.
Yes.
You know, that's a thing that has been
sucked me in immediately. So.
What's your favorite part?
My favorite bar.
No, the favorite part of New Orleans. Like, what is that like? Oh my God!
You can tell I'm now a New Orleanian.
Like bar,
as I can be because I thought you said bar. My favorite part. That's a really tough question.
But I mean you're doing events, so you had to kind of get in that world. Hospitality.
Hospitality is how I started in events, for sure. And I think that the food and drink of the city and the energy around it is probably my favorite part. You know, whether you're talking about events or not, just the community and the energy around food and drink and how excited people get. Yeah. And any excuse to have a festival for it, or a party for it, or a parade for it.
Sure.
You know, you don't get that in other cities, and it's very, you know, it's easy to get attached to that. It feels very good to be a part of. But I started working in restaurants, you know, in college, and kind of came up through that.
It chose you. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other part of Coffee with Kevin we got to go through is the actual coffee.
The coffee itself.
So I clearly can tell visually it's a cappuccino.
Yes.
So like that's I think more people get lattes than cappuccinos. You know?
Do usually.
Yeah.
I like something a little less sweet. But I do like something that's more than just your typical coffee. I make just black coffee at home.
Mm-hmm. So it's like when you come to a coffee shop,
when I come to a coffee shop, I want something that's a little bit extra, but not gonna put me into a sugar coma.
Right.
At the same time.
Well, lattes have, the lactose in the sugar is in the milk.
There's a little something, but
well, no, but the cappuccino has less.
Yeah.
Because it's airier, so you're putting more air into the froth, so it's lighter. So if you have a cappuccino and a latte in a cup like that next to each other, the cappuccino is just going to physically be lighter if you put it on a scale because you're pumping more air into that.
I never knew that.
So you have less. When you say less sweet, you really are putting less lactose.
Volume.
You have less volume, but so you're putting less lactose, and the lactose is the sugar in the milk. So it is your taste buds receive that as less sweet. It's drier. A cappuccino is drier than a latte,
which makes sense. I like a dry red wine. I like a dry.
It's going to be much drier. It's drier because you're putting more air in it, and it's drier because it's less sweet. It's drier in every sense.
Just dry in every sense.
Yes.
There's something about the light fluffiness, of that frothed milk that just like, I don't know, it's cozy.
Yeah.
I like it.
And the cappuccino's lighter. It's airier. It's not.
It makes me feel a little European.
Yeah. Because it's not quite the afternoon yet, but almost.
Yeah, I know there's only certain times that they view it as acceptable to drink a cappuccino, and I may not be within that time frame, but
here you can have a cappuccino.
Here I'll do what I want.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So if you want to have an event here at St. Roch, I'm getting better with my video editing. I might put the link down here, but it's definitely stroch.com is our website. You can go there. We've got an event link. You
fill out the form.
Fill out the form, and then fill out the form. Boom, done. It's there.
It'll come straight to me.
Yeah, it'll go to you,
start talking.
and we'll get it all together and going. So definitely come to New Orleans if you're having an event here. You just want a casual place, a business networking group.
Yeah.
Come hang out with us.
Come hang out.
And if you want me to come do a St. Roch history spiel, I can do that too.
Yeah. Do a little history talk, then go out and enjoy the food. There are lots of different variations available. History talk, just have your own section, or even just come have a slightly curated experience, get your gift cards, and roam.
Come enjoy St. Roch Market half as much as I do, and you'll love this place. Lisa, thank you so much for coming. It was great. Yes.
Cheers.
Have a good one.